about ready to get started here as Notre Dame will start off with the serve, and Sydney Helmers will do the honors, the outside hitter from Kentucky, as we're underway here at Reynolds Gymnasium. Lagita slaps that one to the left side, taken care of by Notre Dame. Here's Gardy the other way, and it's blocked right back at her. That's Ivana Svetkovic, the freshman in the middle blocker out of Belgrade, Serbia. Again, only 6 sets played the entire year, comes into the start here and immediately makes an impact. Farrell on the serve. She was honored earlier for senior night, but can't make the diving dig right there. Point goes back to Notre Dame. Looks like that's number 31, Anna Bjork, a sophomore middle blocker from Wisconsin. The 4 seniors honored tonight, 3 of them captains, being Farrell, Crawford, and Ryan Baker. Baker not in the starting lineup, but sure to see her get some action tonight as White Kettle fires one over, and it flares out of bounds. Point goes to the Demon Deacons. Our referees tonight, Michael O'Connor and Brian Jones, and our 2 line judges, James Stancliffe and Paul Espinoza. The 4-man crew for tonight's clash, as it's now 2-1 Wake. Ryan Baker into the game to serve. Here's Gardy, gets that one down, and Morgan Gardy is an absolute problem. One of the best hitters in the ACC, leads the team with 307 kills on the season, 4.3%, and that's 4th in the ACC among all players in the conference. So Gardy ties it up. We'll be saying her name a lot tonight as Notre Dame serves it over. Lagita back the other way, slaps it right in the middle of the court and gets Wake back the early lead. Lagita has been a super valuable addition. Came over from Chicago State in the offseason after spending 2 years there, winning the 2024 NEC Player of the Year honors and the NEC Tournament MVP honors. Was a regular season and tournament champ for Chicago State as well. A near service ace for the Demon Deacons, but it comes back to their side of the court. Opposite side, tipped and down. Give the point to Sadie Peck, the freshman opposite side hitter. Wake Forest was swept last time out against number 5 Stanford, 25-18, 25-19, 25-17. But a lot of those points came on errors. There's an error right there on the serve. That's Patricia Lagita who fires it into the net, her 22nd service error of the season. But against the Cardinal, the Wake Forest side had 20 errors to the Cardinals' 8. But when talking with Coach Jeff Halsmeyer, he said that against those top teams, you have to take the risks, especially trying to get precision hits down the line. And so he wasn't displeased with the risks that his team was taking as Notre Dame sends the service error right back the other way. That was Gardy who misfired, and she leads this team in service errors by a long margin, 52 now on the season. If there's a weak spot in her game, it might be from that back line. So an ace apiece for a service error apiece as Notre Dame takes it back. Baker keeps it alive. Now Wake has to just free ball it over. Notre Dame on the attack. The surprise tip didn't fool the middle for Wake Forest. Svetkovic again with a heady play and gets the lead back. It's 6-3 now, doubling up Notre Dame are the Demon Deacons. So now Williams with her first serve of the game. A joust at the net, goes back to Wake Forest. Williams just has to fire it over. Notre Dame in system, but blocked and out of bounds. Point goes to Notre Dame. 4th of the night for the Irish as Williams will check out for the Demon Deacons. Notre Dame was swept at Louisville, but Lily Fenton, the junior setter, had only played few sets all season, came in because of the injury to Harmony Sample, one of their usual setters. They like to play a 6-2 rotation, do the Irish, or 5-2 rather. And they were able to keep that rotation going with 2 setters because of Fenton, as the point goes to the Demon Deacons there. So Fenton, the junior out of Latrobe, Pennsylvania, getting the start once again tonight after making an impact alongside one of the other setters for the Irish, Maya Baker, the freshman. There's 2 Mayas, Maya Baker and Maya Evans. as it's now 7-4 Wake. Bellows handles the serve. And that one trickles off the tape, bounces off the shoulder of an Irish player, and it'll go as a point for Wake Forest. Another block. And so far, this Irish team, one of the best blocking teams in all of the ACC, ranking 4th in blocks per game, but right now it's 2-0 in that category in favor of the Deeks. Bellows with another serve, arm side. Whitekettle takes advantage of the ball hanging over the limbo zone and just pounds it down for her first kill of the evening. Whitekettle, the graduate student, North Carolina native, came over after a couple of years at New Mexico State and just absolutely smacks that one down to make it an early 9-4 lead. Wake in control early. Bellows, though, comes back with a service error. Wake had 8 service errors in that game against Stanford. Something that, again, those risks you have to take against the top opponents in the country, the number 5 Cardinal, but Coach Holzmeyer definitely wanted to clean that up. As it's now 5 serving 9, Fenton fires it over. Whitekettle again has it sent right back. That's Anna Bjork in the middle who picks up the solo block, and now it's 6 serving 9. Once more for Fenton. Bellows puts it up on the slide. Svetkovic has it blocked, but it goes right back to the Wake Forest side. Crawford tried to go the off speed to the far corner, couldn't get it to go. Wake gets possession back. Crawford once more, and that one sails too far past the sideline, out of bounds. And just like that, Notre Dame is back within 2. Or so we thought. It appears that that one may have been tipped. The line judges changed that call, so it'll be a 10-6 lead now for Wake Forest, and a matter of a fingertip separated that one to get the Demon Deacons back out in front by 4. So Crawford gets her second kill of the night, the team leader in kills. Crawford, the senior out of Texas, makes a nice defensive play right there. Wake gets it over. Lagita almost got a very unorthodox kill, but now it's back in system for Wake, and Whitekettle gets it for the Demon Deacons. That's kill number, an 11-6 advantage, and really it's been the Demon Deacons on the aggressive side for the entirety of this first set so far. So we're back underway, and Crawford has that one go to the back line, out of bounds. A service ace for Crawford. Her 14th on the season, and the senior outside hitter puts Wake back up by twice as much as Notre Dame. They doubled up the lead once again. It's 12-6. Crawford will try her hand again, and no, look at that. Back-to-back service aces for Crawford. Came in with 13 in 81 sets played. Has a pair on back-to-back attempts from that back line. (13-6) with number 13 serving for the Deeks. This time Wake controls, but then it's put right back down. Patricia Lagita. That one was just right over the tape for the taking, and Lagita said, I'll take control of that, and put it down for a 14-6 lead all Wake. Eight kills now for the Demon Deacons. Fenton puts it up, but the swing goes too far. Sydney Helmers, the redshirt junior, fires that one past the end line, and once again it'll go to Wake Forest on the serve. Crawford still back there for the Deeks. Notre Dame with 3 kills and 3 errors. The Demon Deacons with 8 kills and 1 error, early hitting .540 through the first half of this set. There's a kill for Notre Dame, and a much needed one on a back line attack. There's Morgan Gardy again. The outside hitter, just a sophomore out of Angola, Indiana, already 4th in the ACC in kills per set as a sophomore. Came off of a 10-kill game against Louisville. Was talking to Coach Rockwell, and she said that pretty clearly Gardy would be the team's MVP just on how frequently she gets the ball in play. But right there, Lagita fires back with a kill of her own. It's a couple of nice plays by Patricia Lagita down here in the back half of the first set. 3 kills for Legita, tied with White Kettle to lead the way for the Demon Deacons. Farrell with the left-hand serve. Fenton sets it up. And that one is tipped out of bounds. Chichi Naji, the outside hitter, number 19, tried to get that one right down the line, but it sails out of bounds. And another timeout. Both teams with 14 attacks. Notre Dame 4 kills, 4 errors. Wake Forest 9 kills and just a single error on the attack so far. And this is a team in Wake Forest that's right about below it's in the bottom third, bottom fourth of the ACC in hitting percentage. .212 on the season is good for 13th in the league, but right now Wake hitting .571. They'll try to continue that here as Farrell is to serve once again. And a nice defensive play made by Farrell. Backline attack, and it sails to the stands. How about that from Paige Crawford? More known for those off-speed attacks, but that one was a rocket off of her right hand, and it went all the way into the 5th row. White Kettle, Crawford, and Legita now with 3 kills apiece. 3 of them together outscoring Notre Dame in total. White Kettle keeps it alive, but Naji pays it off for the Irish. First time we've seen Notre Dame in a bit of system really in a long time, but still 10-point deficit for the Irish. Have some ground to make up here as Wake Forest has been running away with this first set so far. Bjork serves it to the back line, and a nice play made to keep it. How about that from Becca Bellows, the one hand. Back to the Irish. Gardy gets the point. And you can tell by being here in venue specifically, but during warm-ups, the ball just exits the hand of Morgan Gardy, different than almost everyone else on the Irish. She has so much power in that swing, and it was on full display right there. 9 serving 18 now. Bjork once more, a knuckleball to the back line. Williams couldn't get the kill. Here's Gardy once more, and it's inbounds. Perfectly placed in that back corner, and it's back-to-back kills for Gardy. Back-to-back points for the Irish. Gardy with 4 kills already on 6 attacks. Here's Legita, off speed. Nice stuff from Legita. She ties Gardy with 4 kills now to lead the way for each team. But Legita didn't play in that game against Louisville. Last played against Cal a week ago here, where she had 7 kills and 1 error in 3 sets played. That was the sweep of the Golden Bears. Naji on the attack. That one flies all the way up towards the rafters and drops right in front of Crawford. Lost it in the sunlight, if you will, and it drops right back down. Another point for Notre Dame. They've won 3 of the last 4. So it's 11 serving 19. Maya Baker back there for the Irish. The freshman setter from San Jose, California, has played 71 sets in her first season. Legita can't get the kill there. Another point for the Irish, and Notre Dame making a little bit of noise here down the stretch of set number 1. Keep in mind that this was a 10-point deficit at 1 point. Baker will get another serve as Wake Forest couldn't handle that first possession. So it's 19-13 now. The attacking error will go against Legita. That's back-to-back errors for number 2, as looks like Jeff Holzmeyer is going to really punishing ACC foes that are not inside that upper echelon, which is on paper what Wake Forest would qualify as, a non-upper echelon Wake ACC team. They're sitting at 4-8 in conference play, but right now in this first set you wouldn't be able to tell, as Notre Dame is with the ball serving. It's 13 going over towards 19, but still a lot of work for the Irish to do here. Maya Baker back once more. The freshman gets it down. Here's Legita, and that one is slammed out and gets the point to the Deeks. So that previous call was ultimately upheld, but Legita gets that point that she thought she had right back. It's now 5 kills for Legita to lead all players on the floor. The junior from Poland will handle the serve too. Baker puts it up. Cordes can't get it to go. Here's Cordes once again, and there's a kill. Haven't said May Cordes' name yet. The freshman out of Carlsbad, California, has 64 of them on the year now as she pulls Notre Dame back within 6. Cordes, 0 kills and 4 errors against Louisville. Not her best day, but comes back here. Was a top recruit, the Gatorade Player of the Year in the state of California this past year as a high schooler. The Max Preps California Player of the Year as Gardy serve, handled by Farrell. Peck, down and good. 21-14 now. But May Cordes, back to her. A blue chip recruit for Salima Rockwell. Has played 38 sets entering the day as a true freshman for the Irish, with 63 kills, including that one we saw right there. Here's an opposite side swing, and it goes off the hands of the Deeks and down. Another point for the Irish. Make it 15-21 now. That'll go for Sydney Helmers, the redshirt junior who began her career at Texas and won a national championship in 2023. Didn't play in that season, but still was a part of the team. As that's another big swing. How about that? Sadie Peck. That's 3 kills for Peck now after she had 3 on 10 swings all day against Stanford last time out. The freshman opposite side hitter, hitting 162 on the season so far today. Peck, a perfect 3 of 3 on her attacks. As that serve barely goes over the net. Back the other way, Helmers had it tipped and will get another point. A lot of close calls with the fingertips from both sides so far, as it's now 16-22. Lily Fenton on the back line serving once more. Getting the start today, again in place of Harmony Sample, who was out. And a nice play made by Fenton on defense to keep it alive, and it's paid off by Chichi Naji. Naji with her 3rd kill of the evening, and what once was a 10-point lead is now cut in half. It's 22-17. Another jump serve from Fenton, right over to Crawford. Back to Crawford, and that one's down. Another kill for the captain. 4 kills so far for Paige Crawford. Leads the Demon Deacons with 267 all season. The senior out of Texas led the Demon Deacons with 13 kills against Stanford on 35 total attacks. Now she's back on the service line. No rest for number 13, and a service ace for number 13. That one dances off the tape and dies on the other side. Wake Forest has set point. That's the 3rd service ace already for Paige Crawford. 4 kills, 3 service aces. And now a service error. Takes the air out of the building a little bit temporarily. Crawford showing out on her senior night. It's set point still. Notre Dame has ground to make up 18, serving 24. Helmers on the back line for the Irish. Long serve, Crawford handles. Whitekettle can't get it down, or can she? There it is. Give the kill to Riley Whitekettle as Wake Forest takes set number 1, 25-18. A really dominant effort from Jeff Holzmeier's squad. So Emma Farrell will start off the second set serving. The captain, the libero, fires it over. Going to be difficult for Notre Dame to keep this one alive, and they don't. Picking up where they left off, the Demon Deacons, a 4th service ace of the evening, and this time it comes from Emma Farrell, who came into today with just 13 on the season, the libero. This time Notre Dame keeps it In system, Gardy gets it down. Morgan Gardy now with 5 kills on 7 attacks. Has just 1 error so far. Gardy on the season, hitting .253, and really impressive number, especially given the volume of swings that she takes. Here's Wake the other way. Lagita sent back. Another chance for the Deeks. Backline attack. A crowd of Irish players just dive towards the 10-foot line, but that's no problem, as looks like that kill will go to Paige Crawford yet again. Number 5 to tie the team lead, as Crawford so good at those off speeds, just put it right in between the entire Notre Dame roster, it seems like. So 2 serving, 1 Ryan Baker on the back line. One of those senior captains hits arm side. The slide to and that one out of bounds. Najee gets the kill. That's 4 kills now for Chichi Najee. Second on the team so far. Came into the day with 86 kills, the freshman out of Dallas, Texas. Baker fires over for the Irish. Here's Notre Dame, and that's a point. That's Patricia Lagita once again, make it 6 kills now for the junior. A Baker on each side of the court. Both are setters as well. Ryan Baker, the senior setter captain for Wake Forest, and the freshman setter Maya Baker for Notre Dame, as Lagita picks up a service error right there to tie this one at 3. So Lagita will come out of the game. Entering now is number 1, Drew Lalaji, the sophomore defensive specialist out of Atlanta. Didn't play in that first set, as Gardy back to serve. Right into the net. Second service error for Morgan Gardy. And that's kind of, I mentioned it earlier, with over 50 service errors on the year, Gardy prone to those mistakes, but you see how high she throws the ball on those serves and how much torque she gets on it. So when it does land, it's almost worth twice as much. As these teams now trading service errors, that one goes against Williams. That serve this time is handled. Peck can't get the kill. Notre Dame out of system, just gets it over. Here's Peck once more, goes with the off speed. It's tipped, it's down, and it's a kill. 5-4, Demon Deacons back on front. Sadie Peck had 3 kills in that opening set. Now she's got 4. Math is easy. She's got 4 kills on 5 attacks. Wake still hitting as good as it was in that first set. The percentage up to .533. Helmers has it set right back. Riley Whitekettle, number 22, says no sir, and absolutely smacks that one back in the direction of the Irish. Here's Bellows on the serve. Goes towards the back line. Third touch, just going to have to be a hit over. Whitekettle, they have bailed the Irish out there, but she gets it again. Notre Dame falling, tumbling, and it's down on the floor. Notre Dame, no one could get to it. Make that 3 straight points for the Demon Deacons. 7-4 is the lead. Becca Bellows on the serve once more. A knuckleball right over to the center. Cordes gets the kill. Haven't seen Notre Dame in system a ton tonight, but when they have, they've paid it off more often than not. That time it was May Cordes again, the freshman. His first team All-American, Cordes was in the entire country per Max Preps and prep volleyball this past high school season. As Notre Dame gets it back, Fenton on the serve, right over to Crawford. Farrell puts it up. Crawford can't put it down. Fenton up, backline attack, and a nice play made by Farrell to stop that rocket from Notre Dame. The Irish come back with a nice stop of their own. Here's Najee, far side. It hits the ceiling, but that's allowed because it goes back on Wake's side of the court, and we've got an old-fashioned rally going here. Bjork ends it with a swing and a kill. What a fun back and forth that was, but the sophomore middle blocker out of Oconomowoc, Wisconsin, puts it down and pulls Notre Dame back within one. Back-to-back points for the Irish after they went down 3. Fenton on the serve again, right to Crawford once more. Here's Crawford on the swing. There's Crawford with a kill. Make it 6 for number 13. She and Legita have combined for a dozen. Wake Forest out in front by 2 again. Crawford, a low serve, barely gets over the tape. Helmers has it sent back. Helmers tries again, a whistle, and the point goes to the Demon Deacons. It looks like that was an infraction against Notre Dame. So every time Notre Dame starts to make a little bit of a spurt, it lets go just enough for Wake to take a semi-comfortable lead. That was the case in the first set, and right now that's been the case in the second. Crawford, another grazing serve, and that one is out of bounds. Look at this from Paige Crawford. 4 service aces, and we're not even halfway through set number 2. Crawford led the team in aces in 23 and 24, showing why with 4 so far here tonight. Bjork doesn't get the kill there, and she'll have another chance. This time it's Gardy from the back line, off the hands of White Kettle, and that's a point for the Irish. 10-7 now, Wake still in front. Helmers back to serve for the Irish. Nice play made by Crawford on the defensive side to keep that one in play. Legita sent it the other way. Notre Dame took control, and Morgan Gardy not going to stop that opposite side shot. The diagonal gets down, and that's another kill for number 18. She's got 8 of them to lead all players on the court. And a service error the other way gives the point right back to Wake. Emma Farrell back to serve for Wake. Gardy once more, right past Farrell. Yeah, just the velocity, absolutely nasty. Gardy now up to 9 kills. Bjork on the serve, right over to Legita. Here's Legita, and a sidewinding slap gets down. Patricia Legita, another nice kill. That'll give her 7 on the evening. 7 kills, 2 errors on 12 attacks. She's hitting .417 and leading the way on offense for the Deeks. So here's Ryan Baker, and that one hits the antenna, maybe the top of the tape. Either way, it's another service error. These teams a little sloppy on the serves both ways. Right now, Wake Forest with 6 service errors, Notre Dame with 3, and that was a problem against Stanford for the Demon Deacons. 8 service errors in that sweep against the Cardinal. Here's Baker. Now it's Wake Forest's Baker on the set, and a kill for Crawford gives the 3-point lead right back to the Deeks. So Crawford and Legita with 7 kills apiece. Morgan Gardy leading the way for the Irish with 8. No other player has more than 4. The big development is Wake Forest's hitting still at 528. Sample size growing and growing. Notre Dame, Cordes slaps it all the way past the back line out of bounds. They were way out of system there. Cordes had a chance to keep the rally alive, but a bit too much mustard on that one. So now 14 serving 10. Drew Lalagi in for the service. That one drops over. Baker puts it up. Cordes tips it over right to Baker. Crawford off the tape and down. Make it 8 already for Paige. As Lalagi is back to serve once more. Had a nice serve to take Irish out of system, and this time there's no system to even be had. It's an ace. Lalagi with her 6th of the season. She'll get it right back in Notre Dame. Down by a touchdown now. 4-0 scoring run for Wake. Lalagi lobs it over. Gardy slaps it, and Lalagi tried to keep it alive, but it flies out of bounds to the second row. Irish end that run, get the ball back, and it's Gardy on the serve once again. Gardy has a couple service errors already. Leads all players with 9 kills though. Here she is, and that one is a rocket of an ace. And that's why you live with the errors if you're Coach Salima Rockwell, because when she gets those serves down, my goodness, is it hard to stop. Morgan Gardy, career high of 4 aces earlier this year against Virginia Tech. Here she is once more. This time Wake keeps it alive. Peck has it set right back, and that's another point for Notre Dame. Lead is cut in half. It's down to 3, and Jeff Holzmeyer is going to want a time. All right, so both teams are set up. Got the whistle to go, and Gardy will step back for another serve. Is that one in bounds? No, it's not. It's off of one of our line judges, but that one still out of bounds nonetheless. Oh, they're actually going to give that point to the Irish. And give that one too. Look at that. It's a 5-0 run now after back-to-back service aces from Morgan Gardy. Came into tonight with just 16. Gardy now with 3 here in this set alone. She'll step back for one more. Wake able to control. Here's Crawford. Back to the Irish in a joust is down. Give the point to the Deeks, ending that 5-0 run. Looks like Williams was in there as well. Looks like as well as Svetkovic. It was Peck rather and Williams, so those two get credited for the combined block. Here's Williams on the serve. Cordes just tips it over. Opportunity for Wake. Crawford, opposite side. Blocked, but it's out of bounds. Or is it? That one hit the line. So playing the margins are the Irish. They'll take the 16-17 serve right back. That puts in Macy Alexander, one of tonight's liberos that are rotating for the Irish. Her serve nearly an ace. It's a free ball. Block down, point Wake. 18-16, it looks like that was Paige Crawford who got in the way there to get that one down. So the block assist will go to both Crawford and Svetkovic as Bellows is back there to serve with a 2-point lead. Baker puts it up, backline attack, and that's too easy. Morgan Gardy, give her 10 kills on the night. She's 10 on 14 attacks with those 3 service aces as well. Fenton lobs it over. Crawford stops it in its tracks. Here's Crawford on the swing. Tipped by Fenton. She's mad at herself as she had an opportunity, but it goes past her hands, out of bounds, and the point goes to Wake. That's 9 kills now for Crawford. This has become almost a good old-fashioned one-on-one duel between Crawford and Gardy. 10 kills for Gardy with 3 service aces. 9 kills for Crawford with 4 service aces. She's back there once more. Here's the serve from 13. Sails past the end line, and that point goes right back to the Irish. A rare miscue from number 13 tonight, as that will put Sydney Helmers on the serve for the Irish. Down 1 here in the home stretch of set number 2. And Helmers returns the favor with one that goes out of bounds as well. So make it now 12 service errors combined between the two teams, as Wake gets it right back. Emma Farrell has an ace of her own tonight as well. Fenton puts it back. Nice play made on defense. Looks like Legita and Williams were in on that one. Here's Legita on the attack. Here's Gardy on the attack. And make it 11 kills now for Morgan Gardy. Notre Dame was down by as much as 6 in this set. They're on the precipice of tying things up here at 20. Bjork on the serve. Over to Crawford. Bellows puts it up. White Kettle can't put it down. Gardy has it rejected. Notre Dame has to get it over, and they do. Chance for Wake. Notre Dame out of system. White Kettle set right back. Grace Langer ties this one up at 20, and Notre Dame is officially back in this one. Bjork once more. Farrell handles. Bellows up. Williams. Was that tipped? Yes, it was. Took a second for referees to decide on that one, but the point does go to Wake. So it's 21 serving 20. The kill will go to Williams, an assist to Becca Bellows. She's got 12 to lead Wake Forest so far. As that serve is down and in. Ryan Baker, one of the other setters, comes back with an ace of her own. Make it 6 aces now for Wake Forest. None more important than that one to give a 2-point cushion to the Demon Deacons. All they need is 3 to claim this set. Fenton puts it up. Najee. What a play. Almost. Crawford tried to dig it up, but it was flared out of bounds. That's where that last serve comes in handy with that 1-point cushion now. But Notre Dame will get the ball. They'll serve here. It's Maya Baker, the freshman setter again. 7 assists and 4 digs so far for Baker. Would love a service ace here. Had it tipped off the tape. Legita set right back. That time it's number 15, May Cordes, who gets the block assist, and just like that, it's 22-22 Notre Dame. Coming back with back-to-back points. Baker fires over. Williams for Wake Forest, can't get it to go. Here's Gardy right in front of Farrell. That is a dozen now for Morgan Gardy. Already more than she had in 3 sets against Louisville last time out, as it's Notre Dame played against Notre Dame, rather her last game was against North Carolina back on October 24th. Inactive tonight is Sample again, so Fenton has stepped up. She and the other setter, Baker, who is back on the serve now. Baker lobs it over. Peck can't get it to go, but it's back to the Demon Deacons. Backline attack, sent right back, and that's again that's May Cordes. Cordes and Langer They've combined for 8 blocks so far. Williams can't get the kill. Another chance for Gardy, opposite side, and that one spun off her fingers. Too long towards the sideline, out of bounds, and set point will go once again. Notre Dame needs this point to win the set before it goes to past 25. Huge serve here for Legita. And it's out of bounds. That'll do it for set number 2. Sets up to serve. And we're going here in set number 3. 1-1, slide, sent right back. Svetkovic had it rejected, and the first point of the third goes to the Irish. A nice defensive play made in the middle. Looks like a couple of Notre Dame players were in on that one. Morgan Gardy seemed to be one of them as well. So it's Gardy and Bjork who get the combined block, as Helmers comes right back with an ace, rather an error the other way. We've seen a fair number of service errors between these two teams. 5 for the Irish now, 8 for the Demon Deacons. But if you talk about service errors, you got to talk about service aces, and Paige Crawford has 4 of them. Can't get it right there. Here's Gardy on the opposite side. Slams that one right past the Wake Forest front line, and Gardy now with 13 kills on 20 swings. That'll give the ball to Bjork on the back line. Set over by Bellows, doesn't fool the Irish, but that one doesn't need to fool the Irish. Whitekettle just slaps it down and gets Wake back tied at 2 apiece. Whitekettle now with 5 kills on 8 swings. She also has 4 blocks, second only to Svetkovic on the Demon Deacons so far. Farrell's serve taken by Gardy. Now here's Gardy, and she just whacks that one past the end line. Out of bounds. A rare error for Gardy. 13 kills and now 3 miscues for the sophomore. On the season, came in with 115 errors to lead all Irish players. Another lefty serve, but goes straight into the netting. Another one of those errors ties this one back up at 3. Just like the first 2 sets, this one back and forth. Start off the third. Baker's serve now, taken by Crawford. Whitekettle, too far on that swing, out of bounds. Notre Dame reclaims the lead. That's the 3rd error for Whitekettle so far tonight. The graduate student out of Topsail Beach, North Carolina. Legita, too hot, past the end line. Another attacking error for Wake Forest. That'll make it 11 attacking errors now for the Demon Deacons. Crawford receives the serve. Legita once more. Couple of Irish players get to it. Gardy keeps it alive, but a free ball over. Wake on the attack. Williams off the tape, off of Baker, out of bounds, and bringing the Demon Deacons back within 1. That's the Wake that we saw in the first set and a half. Hitting percentage down to .271 after it was at .500 midway through the second set. Coming back down to earth, but not right there. As the serve by Baker, handled. Cordes can't get the kill. One-footed jump shot from Legita. And a nice play made, a one-hand dig by Baker. Leads to a backline attack from Crawford. Here's Gardy, tipped, out of bounds, and another kill for number 18. She's got 14 of them now. She's got 14 kills to go along with 3 service aces, and she's on that back line right now trying to make it 4. That one rocketed off the hands of Farrell, and there it is. Service ace number 4 ties a career high here in set number 3, and another chance for Gardy. Here's Gardy once more, straight into the net. Another error for Gardy on the serve, but again, we've talked about it at length. You're going to live with those miscues on the attack. You're going to live with those miscues on the serve because she's being so aggressive in them. You can see that she's wasting no motion on any of her swings, any of her serves, and that makes a difference. You'll take a couple of gimme points here and there if you can land those and really shake up a defense. Now here's Lalaji, flips it over. Baker sets it up, backline attack for Gardy, blocked out of bounds, point to the Deeks. Sanaa Williams was in on the action there. The blocks leader for the Demon Deacons, only Deke averaging over 1 block per set, 85 and 81 prior to tonight's game. So Lalaji will slap it over once more. Baker puts it up. Cordes puts it down. May Cordes with her 4th kill of the night to go along with 3 blocks. The freshman opposite side hitter, talked about her in that earlier sets, but one of the top recruits in the country this past high school season. As here's Peck, goes with the off-speed, Notre Dame controls. Baker up, Williams finally gets to kill it. Pinballed off a couple of Irish players, but Williams pays it off, and now she steps back to take her serve. Williams up to 3 kills now on the night, on 6 total attacks, hitting .500. Hitting .303 on the season to lead Wake Forest of all qualified players, so she's very reliable in that spot. And speaking of reliable, Morgan Gardy. 15 of them now for the sophomore, and she has her fingerprints all over this ball game. She's up to 19 total points if you include the 4 aces. She's got 2 blocks and 2 digs as well on the defensive side. What can't she do? As that serve sails past the antenna, out of bounds. And just like that, Wake ties it up. Rather, it's 8-9. That service error will go against Lily Fenton. So 8 serving 9 here. Becca Bellows, the setter, doing the honors for the Deeks. That one off the tape. Nice play made by Gardy to keep it alive. Bellows lobs it up. Crawford eventually gets it down, but gets it down nonetheless. Double-digit kills for Crawford now. Give her 10 on 18 swings. She's got 4 aces as well. The Stars really showing out tonight for both sides. Helmers, nice play to keep it alive. Svetkovic can't get the kill, but it's a free ball. Wake will have it on the attack once more. Crawford slaps it, and it ricochets all the way towards the back wall. Back-to-back kills for Crawford, give her 11 on the night. She's up to 421 hitting. Crawford on her 3rd to last game here at Varsity Arena, playing like she knows she doesn't have that many more games to play here. It's 10-9, Wake in front now. Make it 10-10 after a free ball was capitalized upon by Sydney Helmers. Helmers not only a national champion in her 2023 season that she was with the Texas Longhorns, but also won the Big 12 championship during that year before eventually coming over to Notre Dame. Picks up the service error right there, though. And Helmer, someone who has a career high of 4 aces, so she can definitely serve with the best of the Irish, but so far tonight, a couple of errors for the redshirt junior. Here's Crawford on the serve. Gardy can't get it down. White Kettle blocked by Gardy. So even when Gardy can't do it on offense, she comes up defensively to give her squad a point. It's 11-11 now. Anyone's set to take. Bjork, handled by Farrell. Nice play made by the Irish defense. It's a joust, and it's won by Najee. Backline attack, tip over, and a free ball taken by Farrell. Bellows puts it up, and Crawford tracks it down. Back to Wake again, one more time. Lagita off the hands of the Irish, out of bounds, and maybe that one would have sailed past the end line anyway, but I guess we'll never know as it ricochets off the hands of Anna Bjork and puts Wake up 12-11. So here's Emma Farrell to serve. Her senior night as well, 6 assists and 6 digs. Can't add an ace to it. As Notre Dame comes right back with the kill. That one right off the hands of Becca Bellows. We'll see who the point goes to there. It looked like a couple of Irish were in on the action. Either way, we're tied up at a dozen. That's Langer with the kill. Give her one now on the night, her first. Farrell puts it up. And a whistle will give the point to the Demon Deacons. So that does go down as a kill. It's 13-12 now. Wake gets the ball back, serving with Ryan Baker. The kill, going to see who that goes to. It looked like it was Lagita, and yes, it was. That's 9 now for the junior as a service ace the other way. How about that? Ryan Baker on her senior night, 6 assists, 7 digs, and now 2 aces for number 17. The seniors really showing out in this one. Baker fires it over. And a handling error right there by the setter, number 23, Maya Baker, gives Wake Forest a 15-12 lead. Make it a 3-0 run here for the Demon Deacons, and that's going to force Salima Rockwell to take a timeout here, her first of the third. All right, so out of the timeout, let's see what Notre Dame can do on defense first. Baker lobs it up. And right back, that's another big swing. This time it's May Cordes. Cordes has had herself a nice game so far. 5, make it 6 kills. Cordes 5 kills on 14 attacks with 3 blocks as well. Coming off a game where she had 0 kills. As that's a service error the other way. Another one for Gardy. Those piling up now for number 18. Gardy with 4 errors as well as 4 aces. She has as many service aces as she has service errors as she has attacking errors. She handles that serve though on the slide. Drop shot, and Wake Forest survives. They'll have to set it over though. So an opportunity out of system, and there we go. How about that? Freshly into the game is number 7, Lucy Trump, the senior from Florence, Kentucky. Gets her 41st kill of the year and pulls the Irish back within 2. Macy Alexander, the senior out of Portland, on the serve. Right over to Lagita. Bellows lobs it up, but a block on the other end. Anna Bjork. That's 3 blocks now for Bjork, the solo right there, and back-to-back points out of the timeout for the Irish. Bellows to Peck. And that's a nice bounce back point right there. Sadie Peck, the freshman out of Indiana, puts it down. Gets the point right back. She's got 5 kills now on the evening. Sanaa Williams will serve, the transfer out of Mississippi State. Backline attack, right down. Another kill. Par for the course for Morgan Gardy. 16 of them now. Make it 5 more than any other player on the court. So Cordes will come out of the game in place of Najee. Now back on the service line. It's number 4, Lily Fenton. Fenton with a team high and game high 17 assists. And picks up an ace right there. Again, Lily Fenton, this only her 4th career game played. She's a junior and now picks up a service ace. The 2nd of her career. Another low serve, this time it's taken. Crawford comes back with a point of her own. Crawford, team high 12 kills. Only 2 errors, she's hitting .476. Some more subs for the Demon Deacons. Svetkovic, who started the game, comes in. Whitekettle joins her along on the front line. To serve, it's Bellows. Right into the tape. That's the 10th service error already for the Demon Deacons. 9 for the Irish. Neither of these teams have been able to find a consistent rhythm on the serve so far. Trump fires it over. Did Whitekettle even get a piece of that? Either way, it's back to the Irish, and Svetkovic rejects it back to the other side. Svetkovic came into today with only 6 sets played on the season. Her last game came against Pitt on October 26th. Her career high was 1 block. Svetkovic today has 6 of them. What a big performance by number 19. As that's going to be an illegal touching. It looks like Svetkovic picks up the penalty right there. So it'll make things 19-19 now down the stretch here in set number 3. Svetkovic, a freshman out of Belgrade, Serbia. 6 blocks today. By far a career high and the biggest spot of her career. As Legita comes back the other way with a kill of her own. Legita has played plenty of sets. She's up to over 80 on the season now and make it 10 kills for the junior. 20 serving 19. Fenton lobs. Gardy down the line and in. Morgan Gardy up to 17 kills on the night. She's just continuing to punish this Wake Forest defense. Baker. Now here's Wake with Legita, a slap shot down the line, and that'll do. 21-20 now. And just like we expected in the start of this set, after the really theatrical end to set number 2, this was anyone's match to take, and this has been anyone's set to take as well. Notre Dame on the attack. Cordes gets the kill. May Cordes, another big swing, give her 6 kills, now second to Gardy on the Irish tonight. Approaching her career high of 10 that she set against North Carolina earlier this year. Another error, the 5th on serving so far for Gardy. So we've seen the highs and we've seen the lows from number 18 on that back line. She's got 4 aces, 5 errors, and that one super costly as it's now 22 serving 21. Wake in the driver's seat. Trump gets it to go. Lucy Trump didn't play a ton in the first couple of sets, but comes in and the senior outside hitter making an immediate impact, picking up 2 kills here in this set on 2 attacks. Baker sets it back for Peck, and right in front of the defense, beautifully placed by Peck. And Wake reclaims that 1-point lead. You can't trade points here, though. Eventually, one of these teams is going to have to pull away. Who will it be? And the timeout's going to be Williams. Gets it over. Notre Dame keeps it alive. Cordes slaps it too far towards the sideline. It sails out of bounds, and Wake Forest has set point. Cordes, a rare miscue, just her third error of the night, and now it's going to be Wake Forest that takes a timeout to go over how to secure this final point here in set number 3. Deeks do have a 1-point cushion to at least make this a 25-point set win. As Notre Dame handles. Baker lobs it up. Trump gets it down. 3 kills on 3 swings for Lucy Trump, coming into the game and making an immediate impact here for the Irish. Wake, it's still set point, but now Notre Dame is on the serve. It'll be number 15, May Cordes again, back there to handle the duties. Taken care of by Wake. Crawford ends the set. What a way to pick up kill number 13. Paige Crawford gives it Alexander, Fenton, Trump, Evans, Gardy, Najee, Bjork, and Langer. Fenton on the back set. One-hand tip over, doesn't go for Trump. Here's Crawford the other way, blocked, and the point goes to the Irish. So Lucy Trump will step back to serve after that first kill as a block, in part by Trump. Trump and Bjork combined for it. Crawford off speed, places it perfectly on the F of the Wake Forest logo. You have 2 great attackers, 2 great outside hitters on both sides with Crawford and Gardy, but really play so differently. Just pure velocity off the hands of Gardy, but for Crawford, those off speed is where she makes her money. As she lobs this one over, has 4 aces so far, and Wake Forest gets it back. Lagita, taken care of by the Irish. Here is Gardy, tipped off the hands of Crawford, and give another kill to number 18. She matches her number with that 18th kill of the night. Farrell with a nice dig to stop that from being a service ace. And right back the other way, Lagita pays it off. Lagita, very nice performance as well. Maybe under the radar because of the 2 star attackers on each side. But Lagita now with 12 kills and 4 errors on 25 swings. Here's another back set to Najee. And that one gives out of bounds, point to Wake. So an attacking error for Najee. Chichi Najee, a freshman with now 5 kills and 2 errors on the night, 13 swings for the Dallas native. Three serving 2 with Farrell. Gardy receives. Another chance for Najee. And Farrell dives to the floor to make that save. And then Whitekettle pays it off. Riley Whitekettle was absolutely all over the place in the opening set. Has cooled off a little bit since, but not right there. She's up to 6 kills on the night to go along with 5 blocks and 3 digs. A do-it-all performance from the grad senior out of Topsail Beach, North Carolina. 4 serving 2. Gardy receives once again. This time Gardy will take the swing, tipped around, and set over. Lagita gets the point. If Wake Forest is able to survive those swings from Gardy like it did right there, keep it in system at least to a little bit, then it's going to be tough for the Irish to stop them here in this fourth set. It's 5-2, an early advantage, making a 4-0 run for the Deeks. Here's Gardy once more. That time she gets it. 19 on 31 swings, just continuing her dominant performance. First 19 kills. A sidewinding windmill of a swing right there. Lagita doesn't get it to go, and then Notre Dame takes the point on a swinging error. Looks like White Kettle fired that one a bit too far down the sideline. So that's 5 errors for White Kettle to go along with her 6 kills, as Baker on the serve for the Irish fires it over to Crawford. Bellows keeps it alive, but then blocked right back. Cordes in on the action once again. And it's been down low, those blocks. Notre Dame ranks 4th in the ACC in blocks per game. As a team, they're up to 11 now. Cordes and Langer in on the action there. Notre Dame on the attack. One-hand pushover shot from Gardy. White Kettle has it blocked out of bounds. Point to the Deeks. So after a 3-0 run from the Irish, Wake reclaims the lead 6-5. Baker, who has a pair of aces tonight, hits that one to Trump on the back line. Cordes can't get the kill. Here's Peck, off speed, trickles down, out of bounds. Wake up by 2. 7 kills on 12 swings for Sadie Peck. Very solid performance from the freshman. Peck hitting 500 on the game, well above her season average of about 200. As a block the other way, Williams right there. The block leader for the Demon Deacons gives Wake Forest a 3-point advantage. So here's Baker once again. High ricochet. And nice job by Wake Forest to just put it down. That one was hovering over the neutral zone, and the Demon Deacons pay it off. It looks like that was Sadie Peck who just two-hand slapped it down. And that's going to force a timeout by the Irish. Another 4-0 scoring run for the Demon Deacons makes it 9-5, the advantage here. It's like Langer, Cordes that are really dominating presences down low, but Wake Forest has won the battle on the block so far tonight, despite Notre Dame with an 11-9 block advantage. So Baker out of the timeout, still on the serve. It's been a 4-0 run for the Deeks. Baker, back set, big swing, hits the end line and inbounds. Make it 20 kills now for Morgan Gardy. First time an Irish player has had 20 kills in a game since September 5th against North Carolina. And that was Morgan Gardy, who had 22 in that game in 5 sets. Gardy on the serve. She has 5 errors, make it 6. For as excellent as number 18 has been tonight, the Achilles heel has been the serve once again. Entered the day with over 50 on the season, and she'll get a high five and check out of the match for just a little bit, you'd assume. Can't go too long with her off of the court if you're the Irish. So after the error, Drew Lalaji checks into the game. Cordes can't get it to go. Baker puts it up. Crawford, no go. Here's Trump. Ricochets off of Farrell and out of bounds. Notre Dame back within 3. 7 serving 3, Alexander back in to serve the senior out of Oregon. Serves to her counterpart, the libero Farrell, and then right back the other way, the Demon Deacons punish Notre Dame to take an 11-7 lead. Sadie Peck will pick up the kill right there, her 9th of the evening on 14 swings. Williams, cross-court serve, Baker puts it up, Trump, one-hand push shot doesn't go. Peck, back over to the Irish. And that one is down. May Cordes once again. 7 kills on 21 swings to go with 4 blocks for the highly touted freshman. Also Notre Dame royalty, really. Her dad was an offensive lineman for the Irish. Finished with a 31-5-1 record over 91 to 93 seasons. Her mom was a volleyball captain for the Irish as well. As Crawford comes back the other way with the kill, she counters Cordes right there and picks up her 14th, make it 15th of the evening. Wake Forest has played 23 games. Crawford has led them in kills in 10. Looking well on her way, perhaps to another kills leading day, as Becca Bellows picks up an ace right there. That's 8 now on the night for the Demon Deacons. Bellows, her first ace, she entered the day with the most aces of any Wake Forest player, 24, make it now 25 on the season. But comes right back with the service error. So live by the serve, die by the serve has been the motto for these two teams tonight. A little bit more for Wake Forest though, each team with 11 service errors, but Wake has a 3 ace advantage. As Trump's serve makes that ace advantage 2 now as she gets one to go. Lucy Trump. Big jump serve from that back line, and it just died over the net and down. She leads the team in service aces on the year with 25 entering tonight. And then right back with an error the other way. So we've seen a lot of dramatics here from both teams on the service line, including Paige Crawford, but in a good way for her. She has team high 4 aces for the Deeks. Trump keeps it in play. Gardy pounds it down, but it's out of bounds, and the point goes to the Deeks. It's a 5-point lead now. 25 is the target score, of course. And it looks like we may have a review here. Yes, we are going to review that play, the error by Gardy, which was just her 6th of the game to go with those 20 kills. Looks like Salima Rockwell, the head coach for the Irish, thought that one may have gone off the fingertips of one of the Wake frontliners. (15-10) lead as this review is still ongoing. Wake with 50 kills for the first time in about a month. They did it against NC State with 54. Right now the Demon Deacons with 47, so we're just assuming that they'll get there eventually. Either way, record that Wake has snapped is all the way back to September 5th. It's the first game for the Demon Deacons with double-digit surface aces since they did so against George Mason when they had 12 back on September 5th. And the ruling on the court is upheld. Point will stay with Wake Forest. 15-10 is the correct score. Crawford to serve. Goes far side. Gardy, too easy. 21 for number 18, keeping her team in it. Next highest in kills on the Irish is May Cordes. She's got 7, so 14 more kills for Gardy. She has tripled the amount of kills of anyone else on the Irish. As that one, handled by Farrell, goes sky high towards the rafters, and out of system, Wake just has to put it over. Here's Gardy again, but this time it's blocked, but out of bounds. And that's another for Morgan Gardy. It's like Groundhog Day, as after those back-to-back points, Wake Forest is going to call a timeout. Bjork, the middle blocker, leads the team in hitting percentage on the season at .266. Steps back to serve and fires back line, taken care of by Farrell. Lagita the other way. That one is right down and good. Make it 14 now for Lagita. She and Crawford have combined for 29 of Wake's 48 kills on the night. Fenton puts it up, and another kill, too easy. 23 for Gardy. Fenton was on the assist for that one. She has a team high 22, her career high as well. Maya Baker with 17 as a part of that two-setter system for the Irish, but Baker has a service error right there to give that point right back to the Deeks. So a 4-point lead as Baker fires over. The other Baker puts it up for Gardy. And yeah, that's been the story of the night for the Irish. Number 18, playing like number 1, Morgan Gardy. 24 of those things so far. This is the part of the game that has plagued her just a bit with those service error bugaboos. This time she gets it over, but Wake handles. Lagita the other way. Drops it down and gets Wake back on top. It's a 4-point lead. The Demon Deacons survive the serve and pay it off with a big-time point. Lagita now with a team high 15 kills, or tied with the team high with Crawford. Those two, 30 kills on a combined 56 attacks with just 8 errors. That duo playing phenomenally. Trump right down the line, and she hammers it down. Lucy Trump's name wasn't called a lot early in this one, but she's got 5 kills now on 7 swings. Trump, the senior outside hitter, hitting 168 on the season so far tonight. She's hitting 714. Crawford has it sent back. Wake has to just bump it over. Cordes can't get it to go. Back in system, Crawford ricochets off of Baker. The Irish back the other way. Trump doesn't get the kill this time, but another out of system play resets for the Irish. Cordes out of bounds off the fingertips of Crawford, and that pulls Notre Dame back within 2. It's 16-18. Irish will reclaim the serve. Alexander back there. Here's the slide, and there's a kill. Sadie Peck with her 10th of the night. Talk about stepping up here for Sadie Peck. 10 on 16 swings. She's hitting well above 500. Gives her team a 3-point lead down the stretch here in set number 4. Williams, knuckleball over the net. Cordes just has to tap it over. Wake has to get it over, and Crawford does. Irish back. Trump again, lobs it over. Controlled by Wake, or so you thought. The Demon Deacons were out of system that entire rally, and right there, just miscommunication brings the Irish back within 2. Fenton. Handled by Lalage. Crawford, diagonal. Was that in bounds? Yes, it was. 16 kills for Paige Crawford on her senior night. And that's going to bring us to a timeout here. So it's 20-17. Wake Forest on the cusp of a big-time ACC win against a team that is right ahead of it in the standings. Wake part of a 3-way tie with NC State and Boston College at 4-8 in conference play. The Irish 5-7 sitting at 10th place. But right behind them, Virginia and California 3-9 apiece with 18 teams in the conference, and all 18 teams with a baseline level of talent that is that of the ACC, one of the best conferences in the league. It's no surprise that such a traffic jam throughout the standings. So Becca Bellows back in to serve. She does have an ace already today, as well as a team high 23 assists. Side spinning serve goes over. Big swing. Lucy Trump. Trump with her 6th kill. Really didn't make an impact until the 3rd set. Here she is on the serve. And this is going to be tough for Wake. And that is an ace. Back-to-back points from Trump. And Notre Dame has pulled it within 1. Trump trying to will the Irish to a 5th set here. Another serve that's too hot to handle. This time Farrell tracks it down on the 2nd touch. 3rd touch, Lalage just sends it over. On the slide. There's the swing, a whistle, and a point to the Irish. Give the kill to Najee. We are tied at 20 apiece, and now Wake Forest has to take a timeout. It'll be Trump doing the honors. She gets such elevation on that serve. But here's Crawford, and no elevation needed. She goes straight down to the hardwood and gives Wake the 1-point lead right back. Make it 17 kills now for Paige Crawford. Showing out on her senior night. She's got 4 aces as well. Steps back to serve. Taken by the Irish. Gardy the other way. Controlled by Wake. Chance for Wake. Out of bounds. Give the kill to Lagita. It's not often the Demon Deacons have been able to slow down the shot of Gardy, but they did right there. And you know they weren't going to waste that opportunity. Won the last 6, the next 6. And then since then, they have alternated the last 6 meetings. 1-1, 1-1, 1-1. Crawford will serve once more. Her team up by a deuce. That one drops down. Fenton puts it up. And wow, look at that. Whitekettle and Svetkovic in on the combined block as Gardy gets rejected for the first time tonight. What a clutch defensive play by the Deeks right there. 10 blocks on the night for Wake Forest. 23 serving 20. Crawford gets it down. Gardy once more has it tipped out of bounds. That time she gets the kill, her 25th of the night. Wake still up by 2, but Notre Dame has the ball in its court. Anna Bjork. The sophomore middle blocker. Fires that one over to Lagita. Whitekettle gets it down. Riley Whitekettle, her 8th kill of the night, brings Wake Forest to a match point. Varsity Arena on its feet here for senior night, honoring their 3 captains, including Emma Farrell, who's back to serve, the libero. Reigning was once an ACC Freshman of the Year in 2022. Gardy has it tipped. Farrell digs it up. Whitekettle slaps it down and ends this one in 4. 24-21, 25-21.